Tibet is an autonomous region of the People's Republic of China, which is a province of China. Tibet is located in the northern Himalayas. The preponderance of the population in this region is Buddhist. The priest's existence here always appears tranquil and unrelated to worldly glitz. Consequently, why do Tibetan monks remain celibate for life? As part of their spiritual path, Tibetan monks adhere closely to Buddhist teachings and meditate intensively. To accomplish this, Tibetan monks practice celibacy, a non-marital lifestyle chosen for religious or spiritual reasons. Buddhism, particularly Theravada, refers to celibacy as brahmacharya, which is the practice of avoiding sexual activity in order to live a moral life in order to end suffering and attain liberation. Celibacy is practiced not only by Buddhist priests but also by Buddhist laypeople. Those who have pledged to live a sacred life and left the household by becoming a monk will remain celibate for as long as they remain monks. These monks live a life of celibacy, which is characterized by the absence of marriage and is practiced for religious or spiritual purposes. The vast majority of individuals have never considered celibacy as a method of living as a human being. However, history reveals that there are numerous communities and individuals who choose to live celibate lives, including monks. In Hinduism, celibacy is also known as brahmacharya. Brahmacharya is the practice of abstaining from sexual activity as a means to end suffering and attain liberation. In Hindu religious tradition, brahmacharya is one of the 4 life phases that an individual must traverse on the path to spiritual liberation. These are brahmacharya, grihastha, vanaprastha, and sannyasa. This practice of celibacy can be performed by priests and laypeople alike. For as long as they remain monks, those who have vowed to live a holy existence and renounce family life by becoming a monk will remain celibate. In the meantime, ordinary individuals will be able to practice celibacy by avoiding sexual activity only on certain days. Some Tibetan families have a tradition of sending one of their young males to a monastery to become a monk who remains celibate for life. Typically, minors between the ages of 7 and 8 are sent. After entering the monastery, they are required to service their teacher or mentor for 3 years. In addition, monks are expected to perform monastic duties, master the spelling of Buddhist mantras, and recite some fundamental petitions. Half of those living in monasteries would engage in in-depth study of Buddhist scriptures, while the other half would be trained in blessing laypeople with prayers, consoling the deceased, officiating at weddings or funerals, and administering medical care. They would also be instructed in divination, painting, the creation of Buddha statues, the carving of sacred texts, and even musical instrument playing. In addition, some of them will train in martial arts and serve as bodyguards and fierce combatants to defend monasteries in Tibet. Many young Tibetan monks believe that, as Buddhist students, it is essential for them to comprehend the cultural and religious distinctions between themselves and other peoples, as well as between East and West. In addition, they believe that new technologies provide access to information about the outside world that cannot be learned from Buddhist scriptures. Moreover, they can develop a global perspective and evolve in tandem with the world. Therefore, some of them argue that studying Tibetan Buddhism does not necessitate closing one's eyes to the outside world, as all cultural and religious traditions must evolve alongside society.